Hey! Hey! I'm over here! That's right. Hello there. It's me, Glob the Globe. And I've chosen another part of myself to show you. So, where am I going to take you today? We're going to Britain, to a part of England, to the northwest of London. To a school and a block of flats nearby. Who's coming to school today? This is Leanne. Each morning she climbs up the steps to the flats where her friends live. Then Nathan, Nicole and Leanne all walk to school together. The flats where they live are built from red bricks with concrete around the windows. On your way to school today, what did you see?
We saw a
bridge painted blue and built so that people can walk over the canal. The canal is a busy waterway where long, narrow boats called barges chug through the town. This boat is called a dredger. It's out on the canal every day with an important job to do. The grabber on the front of the boat digs or dredges into the canal and brings up all sorts of rubbish. An old supermarket trolley. Rubbish like this, hidden under the water, can damage the bottom of any passing barge. So the dredger helps to make the canal safe for other boats. Alongside the canal is a path called a towpath. What can they see? Barges tied to the bank. Barges where people make their homes. What would it be like to live on a boat?
I live on this barge, Yarmouth, with my family, my dog. And you can get all the essential things on a barge that you get in a house, but you get more freedom to move about and the fresh air. Cooking in the kitchen is very similar to cooking in a house kitchen, apart from two differences. Firstly, every time you turn the tap on, you'll hear an electric water pump pumping the water from the water tank into the tap and into the basin. The gas is in a separate bottle. So it's a bottle of gas which is delivered by road, and it lasts about a month before you have to change it. The toilet is something which you have to empty yourself at proper places, what are called sewage disposal points, and that usually has to be done about every 2 weeks. So although you've got all of the important things of life, it's a little bit harder in that you have to bring them in yourself. Your water, your gas, your coal, and even your toilet you have to empty yourself. So it's more to do than there is living in a house or a flat. The boat's made of steel as you can hear, and because of that you have to paint it regularly every year to keep the rust getting to it.
But painting isn't just for protection. Barge painting can also be for decoration.
And it's really very simple kind of painting. Always had the castles. Maybe because the families lived in such a small space, they felt that if they painted castles, it would make it feel larger in some way. And also the roses and flowers like this are also very, very common.
Emma, do you want to come off now? Should we go and sit over on the seat?
Yeah.
Come on then.
Reading that day.
Yeah, I'll read your book to you and you can bring Rupert as well. Right, remember to get off very carefully, all right? Sit down first. Give me Rupert. Be very careful when you come to the edge, all right? Good girl. You know how to sit down, don't you? Yeah. Put your foot on the bank, that's right. Very careful.
So Emma leaves home to go to nursery just as if she lived in a house. On your way to school today, what did you see? A supermarket. Now, many people travel to the supermarket by car or on foot. But the people who live or travel on the canal also need to go to the shops, and they arrive by boat. The barge can be tied to a small bollard and left safely outside while the owners do their shopping, just like parking a car. On your way to school today, what did you see? Pigeons. And a notice telling you not to feed them. A dog. And 2 men fishing. You need a lot of patience to go fishing. And a picnic. And some bait. They're using maggots. And then, if you're lucky, a fish. There's a life belt in case anyone falls in the water. Then over the road and off to school. The school they go to is built from yellowy-coloured bricks, and you can tell that the building is old because when this school was built, there was one entrance for the girls and another separate entrance for the boys. But these days, they all go in together. Today, there is a class outing to look at the houses and buildings around the school and find some interesting shapes and patterns to see and to draw. Nathan drew the brickwork around one of the doors.
Now we're going to have a look at the pattern along the doors. Some of them are rectangular shaped and some of them have a triangular shape. So let's count them all the way up from the end. Triangle, rectangle, 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 triangle, rectangle.
Up, down, up, down, up, down.
Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, all the way along the top of the window frame.
Now here's a shield. Up there, can everybody see it? The shield? And that shield tells you something about the building. Who can see a number on there? Who can see the number on there? What's the number?
1876.
Good girl. It's a date. 1876, and it tells you when the houses were built.
1876. That's a long time. More than 100 years ago. And all the houses around the school were built at about the same time. Now, if you take the lift to the top of a nearby tower block and look down, the very first thing that you can see is the school. And around the school, you can see row after row of rooftops, all looking the same. But there are more signs that the houses were all built together when you look at the roads and at their names on the map. There's First Avenue. Then there's Second Avenue. Third Avenue, that's where the school is. Fourth Avenue, what next? That's right, Fifth Avenue. And finally, Sixth Avenue. The roads were given names that fit together, First, Second, Third, Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Avenues, when the estate of houses was built all those years ago. On your way to school today, what did you see? What did you see? On your way to school today, what did you see?
We saw a We saw a We saw a
What did you see? What did you see? What did you see on the way to school today? On your way to school today, what did you see? What did you see? On your way to school today, what did you see?
We saw a We saw a We saw a
What did you see? What did you see? What did you see on the way to school today? Hey, look around. Tell all your friends. That's what we saw on the way to school today.